Hey there, it's 12:10 p.m. It is May 9th. It is Thursday afternoon. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I got up early today and made my way down to the store to get a couple of grocery items. Um, I walk now, I think I've mentioned before, and I've like really mentioned it several times before, about my vehicle being repossessed due to the issues that were going on. Mind you, I wasn't really driving my vehicle a lot anyway. At the time, my son was using my vehicle, and then also, I just figured it's constantly having to put gas in the car. So, I've been walking anyway. And no, I don't feel bad about walking. It actually helps clear my head and helps me think a lot, and it helps me get outside. You got to understand, I've been isolated for a very long period of time, and if you stay in your house for very long periods of time, it's not good. Everybody knows you have to change your scenery every once in a while. So that's exactly what I like to do on those days that I go to the grocery store. I usually have like one of those little grocery carts, which I love. Okay, I love my little grocery cart. I don't know why. Maybe it just reminds me of old times. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of nice just kind of strolling it. I think I'm going to have to update my little stroller pretty soon because it's actually pretty old. But anyway, I wanted to like talk really quick about the 99 cent store closing. I think that's sad for me because I have always loved the 99 cent store. Okay, even when I was working and making good money, I looked forward to going to that store. It was something about buying individual boxes of like tissue paper that actually made me happy. Now, I know that a lot of people would make fun of me because, number one, when people knew me as a targeted individual, you tend to have lower quality things, mainly because you're not stable. You're going from job to job. Your job is set up temporarily, right? And then they get rid of you, right? Either because they're sick of dealing with you because they're getting so jealous of you and competitive and you're not wanting to play the game, or it was just a temporary setup anyway. Okay, so people who get trafficked, they never have stable lives. Okay, but I will tell you, I have been going to the 99 cent store since I would say the 90s. Okay, I used to get a lot of my candles, a lot of course, my household items and stuff. But because I burn candles and incense and incense holders, and I use those sort of things, right? I'm not saying the 99 cent store supplied me with all of my little supplies, right? But I enjoyed getting the little bargains there, And when I was growing up, I think a lot of people remember the store Pick and Save. I know. That was the ultimate cut down if somebody said, oh, your mom shops at Pick and Save or something, because people were kind of embarrassed to go to that store. It's not that I never felt, well, yeah, okay, I did feel embarrassed when I was little, okay, but only because I was told that if you went to Pick and Save, that meant that, you were, it made you look like you didn't have money, okay? And I understand a lot of people always want to prove what they have to people and that sort of thing, okay? Back then when I was younger, of course you want to fit in, right? You want to fit in, so you don't want people to see you at Pick and Save, right? But I remember going to Pick and Save and actually enjoying the experience. Why? Because I like getting things like little notebooks and pins and papers of different colors and stuff. And stores like that have plenty of that kind of stuff. And then, you find the little oddity items like, the little sponges that have little cute shapes and stuff like that. And I realized as I got to be an adult, like, who really gives a shit if people see you at Pick and Save? I enjoyed Pick and Save. And when I got to be an adult, I enjoyed the 99 cent store. Okay? I know that the 99 cent store raised their prices. They were starting to sell items outside of the 99 cent range. And I started getting a little nervous then. It's not because I didn't think that I wanted to pay like maybe $2.99 or $3.99. It was just the fact that I realized, you can't keep offering people prices at 99 cents. I kept thinking, you would do the math in your mind. It doesn't work, okay? People have to make money, profits, and all that stuff. So I still continue to go to that store and still continue loving going to that store. Every weekend, it was like I'd look forward to going to the 99 cent store, okay? I liked getting my little bars of soap there, and I know I can buy it in bulk somewhere else, okay? But there was just something about the 99 cent store that I enjoyed, okay? And I understand that a lot of people struggle right now. A lot of people are, trying to make it ends meet. And for people who relied on the 99 cent store, I feel really bad for them because, there are times, and there's times right now, like right now, because these people have put me in this situation. The 99 cent stuff, like the 99 cent store, was something that I need. Now, I used to go there because I enjoyed it. Like, even when I was working and had a decent paying job, I went there because I enjoyed going there, just because it was cute. And I actually felt proud to say, if something was cute, like an oven mitt, and it was functional. Okay, I will say some of the things that you buy at the 99 cent store, you have to really be careful of, because it's not very good quality. Okay, I've had oven mitts where, like, I ended up getting kind of scorched or something, not from the 99 cent store, but you know what I'm talking about, something that really wasn't higher quality type stuff. But when I would buy things like dish towels and oven mitts at the 99 cent store, I was like totally proud of my purchase. Why? Because, like, dude, I got this thing that makes me totally happy, and it was less than $1. Well, okay, of course you had to add tax or whatever, but anyway, I am mourning the loss of the 99 cent store, as I'm sure a lot of other people are. And I do remember seeing homeless people going into the 99 cent store, scraping up their change so they can buy things like, maybe even a bag of dinner rolls, okay? Because people relied on that store. So it makes me sad for a lot of people, because I know that people suffer. And that was one of the things that helped a lot of people out. So anyway, I wanted to do a few celebrity readings. I did have a very mysterious issue that happened. I was thinking of a particular person, Capricorn 9. And when I started thinking of this person, my television turned on all by itself. I wasn't close to any of the remote controls. I have 2 remote controls for my TV, okay? They usually sit on my little dresser that kind of holds up my TV. And I was like looking, like, where's the remote control? Make sure they were out of the range. My TV turned on by itself, okay? So when things like this happen, I look at it as a sign. Now, I did talk about this particular person on my video about, hoping to get out of this quagmire that I have been put in, that beyond my control, and saying that if I can get out of this little shit that I've been stuck in and get on with my money that I believe it's owed to me, I would like to have a party, right? So I'd like to have like a celebrity meet and greet with, the people that I would like to get to know, right? So, and I got this feeling that she was interested in having a sort of relationship with me. Now, I want to tell you, this whole thing has been so traumatizing, and I know there's a lot of things I would prefer not to talk about on this channel or anywhere else, okay? It's just certain things that I understand that's going on in the back scenes and all this other stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, it freaks me out, okay? It freaks me out, mainly because, there was a lot of hatred directed towards me for a very, very long time, and that's an abnormal thing to go through, especially when it's like, there are times in history, of course, where, like, the Jews were being attacked, okay? But, like, within a community, there was a time where I was the only one. I felt like I was the only one. Now, I know there's targets in Bakersfield. I'm fully aware of that. As a matter of fact, Bakersfield seems to have a huge human trafficking problem. Huge one, right? But at the same time, Kern County in general, I would say. But at the same time, when you're dealing with racial issues, okay, and you're dealing with people who feel as though they've got something to prove, they will get very, very fucking malicious with you, okay? And to the point of where, like I said, I don't expect to see that sort of stuff in the workplace. And because of the trauma that I've experienced, obviously how I feel about interacting with people that basically made me feel like they were trying to put me 6 feet under with every little action that they did and everywhere I went, what I mean? That is extremely disturbing. Okay, so at the same time, I also want to be fair. Now, we all know the history of how I came to be, okay? And I understand there's a history. We do have a shared history in a sense that back then, when I was Prince Adamehu, right, our families were somewhat connected, okay? Mainly because of me coming over to Europe, the UK or whatever, okay? So that was a little bit like, oh, that's weird, because, I was basically kidnapped, okay? And then I know that I've struggled throughout my life, okay? But I do understand the issues between you, Capricorn 9, and also Libra 14, and all these. I'm trying to figure out where all of this gets, where does it get blurry? I do think that Libra 14 had more to do with this, so much more than you did. You know what I mean? So that I understand. Also, believe me, Capricorn 9, I don't want to hate someone like you. I don't. I don't want to feel that way towards you. Why? Because, I don't know. there's just something me, I don't want to feel that way towards you. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Which is something I rarely do. Okay, and so my television turned on all by itself. So I'm trying to get into these messages. So far, what I'm thinking is that you do recognize the fact that I'm like a one of a kind type magician or something. Okay, and I think that you recognize that, and I don't want to be in competition for anything that. It's not about competition. It's about me doing what I believe I'm meant to do. And I think sometimes people think that everything that a person like me does, a person of color, unfortunately, they look at it as a form of competition. And it's not a competition. It literally is me trying to, feel a basic need. Number one, I need to have a roof over my head. And I believe this is my belief, okay, that nobody is going to give you anything in this world without, some sort of chain or whatever. Meaning, someone like me has to protect themselves. Now, I don't know exactly why Libra 14 went on some sort of rampage and started treating me the way that he did. Honest and truthfully, I've only had respect for him as I grew up in my life. I've always thought very highly of him, okay? But the turnaround on this person, meaning like, you're being kind to a person and they're turning around and doing things that literally frustrate you and put your life in jeopardy, and which resulted in me losing my vehicle, right? And God knows what else, right? So the issue of people becoming jealous of me the thing is that, my ex-husband was jealous of me. Okay, mainly because even though we were a couple, as a person of color, interracial relationships can be very, very, complex, okay? And obviously, I'm not going to step myself into a relationship where I feel as though someone I'm supposed to be with, whether that be Libra 14 or who the hell ever, feels like they're in competition with me. You know what I mean? In my life, I think I seek harmony. Okay, and that's a basic need. A lot of people, they look for harmony and they don't know exactly where to find it. They start looking in all kinds of ways, right? And sometimes they get tricked or fooled into falling in love with the wrong person. Okay, now mind you, I don't want to ever have to deal with feeling competitive with friends, any sort of family member that I would have. You know what I mean? Because not everybody cares about love. Not everybody cares, and this is so freaking obvious. It's like not everybody cares about love, okay? But I do. I do. All right? Love is important to me. It is rare, and I know that most people, they need love too. This is the reason why they're acting the way that they are. They act this way because there's no balance. It seems like there's more hate than anything else, okay? I recognize we need love, but there's hardly any of it. But I also understand I need to keep myself out of danger because of that. You know what I mean? People might think that they might be, I don't know, they might be sexually attracted to me. Now, when I think of myself as the same mousy person that I grew up with. I don't look at myself as sexy, especially when I look at people like Halle Berry and all these other women. I don't see myself, I don't even think I compare. Okay, that's not putting myself down, but I do accept myself the way that I am. Okay, but there's some people who are curious. They might be interested in trying a little chocolate. You know what I'm saying? And that's all they're interested in. Okay, and I'm not interested in somebody using me for their sexual pleasure or whatever. Okay, I want somebody to appreciate me. And I understand it's very hard for individuals to like each other. That's very hard. You know what I mean? And when you really think about, seriously, conduct your own social study if you want to. And I encourage people to do this. How they talk about each other behind their back when somebody's with somebody. People do this. It's like because there's so much dissatisfaction in the world, okay? I'm fully aware of all the little weird idiosyncrasies that exist in most people. And I understand that throughout my life, I think I've dealt with so much drama, I don't want any more of it. Or if I have the ability or the choice to pick apart, how much I can handle, I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to do that. But I do appreciate you acknowledging me, of my occult abilities and my talents, right? But I am in no way trying to compete or trying to be. It's just who I am. Okay? And I think, like, for example, some men like to build. You know what I mean? If this is what their passion is, they should build their life on building. They shouldn't be, doing something else if or working as an accountant when they really want to just roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. This is what I'm saying. People need work-life balance. Okay? And all throughout my life, working the 9 to 5, I was always somehow trying to incorporate who I really was into my workplace, whether that be through even something small like buying some rulers that were purple in color or something, because deep down inside I knew I liked working in accounting, and I liked showing up in my little outfits every day, and I loved going into the office and everything. I loved that when I was younger, and naive, and didn't realize that people are just like puppeting everybody. But anyway, I loved that. Okay, but at the same time, all the time, I was always thinking about, this is the kind of content I want to make. This is the sort of stuff I want to do. These are the sort of people I like talking to. I'm an occultist, inside and out. In everything that I do, I'm an occultist. You know what I mean? And that if this is what your passion is, this is what you should do. Also, okay. No, I do not want to ever make. I'm sorry that this was so racially charged. Like, this is the saddest part that gets me, is the fact that it was so racially charged. Because, like I said, growing up, I dealt with racism, but I never wanted to believe what people said about white people. Never wanted to. And I would sit there and say, oh, that's not true. There's always exceptions, blah, blah, blah. No, that can't possibly be that every person is evil. Okay? I do think that a lot of evil creeps up in this world. Don't get me wrong, okay? Because I know good and well that I had a lot of black people throw me under the bus, back up and roll over me again. Okay? I know that. And I know a bunch of other races did it too. But do I understand where the hatred comes from? The hatred did come from white people. Okay? They stirred it up and used other people to do what they wanted to do. I'm aware of the operation. I'm aware of how that works. Okay? And I'm aware of the white people who did participate in it and got benefits for participating in it, and were more than happy to call me and make conversation with me and dangle me and enjoy a sick pleasure in fucking with my brain. Okay? Especially people that I used to know. So, do I want to hate every white person? But the thing is, like I said, we all lack love. That's why we do the shit that we do. And we've all been given this lie that we're supposed to be chasing up and appreciating and desiring power. I was just thinking about somebody that I used to know, right, today. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't want to sit here and meditate too much about it, okay? But this woman that I used to know, okay, was a beautiful woman, okay? And really, she was very graceful, elegant, spoke well. Okay, for someone of her age group, because I'm going to tell you what, there's been a huge problem in the last few generations, like this generation thing where, like, people just don't write well, they don't speak well. She was very elegant, very, okay, and beautiful, physically attractive, okay. To me, for somebody to be power hungry when you already fucking have everything makes absolutely no sense. And what I mean by everything is you have a roof over your head, you have enough to take care of your children, you have enough to eat well, you have enough to decorate your house, you are content, you have enough to be satisfied, and then some. Okay, but to sit here and think or mock or look down on other people because you have those sort of things, well, that's not acceptable to me. Because those aren't the things that's not what life should be about. It's not about trying to step over people or trying to make yourself look better than somebody else. And this is the kind of shit that people have been told so many times about. This is the reason why when I was younger, I was ashamed to go to Pick and Save. Because, I'm afraid to be who I am, to be around people who are judging me based on shit that doesn't really matter. Okay? And unfortunately, if this is true, what happened to this person, that was a waste. That was a fucking waste. It's a waste. You know what I mean? It's like their sights are set on the wrong things. This is why they are the way that they are, including white people, especially white people. Okay? Why? Because like I said, they've been told the lie. I was told the lie. Meaning, like, I used to watch TV shows and thinking that people were really friends with each other, like unlikely friends, or like could be possibly friends. We believe these stupid things. It gets put in we are encouraged to chase after all of these things that lead us to our fucking doom. Okay? Instead of, just being happy with what we have. When I talk about the 99-cent store and being content and grateful about those sort of things, I have always been grateful for every goddamn thing I had. No matter how inexpensive it was or whatever. Hey, as long as I had food on the table, I was grateful. People need to understand humility and what it is to be grateful. I need to truly understand that. Okay? And maybe there's hope for people. The next one. Okay, obviously you've seen my food magic videos, okay? And I really want to do more with food magic, but I need cooperation. I need people to clear their stuff out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be sitting here making these bitch videos about me, blah, 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 going on and on and on about these injustices if I was on my way. Meaning, like, I want to get the hell out of here, or wherever the hell I'm supposed to go. I have no idea. But I'm glad that you like food magic, and I want to continue, and I would like to be able to have certain people on my show. You know what I mean? And I want to grow from there. Meaning, like, I want to meet other people. I want to out of this box. I've been in this little box for a very long time, and at this point, I will say that the box that I'm in, I do have a little bit more control over it. Like, I'll go on social media. I'll try to go on social media, but I notice that it feels a little bit like how it used to feel when I was first started a new job. You know what I mean? I'm a little nervous because I'm afraid of, like, bullies or having somebody trigger me or whatever. And maybe that's not even the case. You know what I mean? But this issue has caused me a lot of psychological problems and a lot of, issues when it comes to communicating with people. Because believe me, I mean, there's certain people I definitely want to talk to, but it's just me, like it's like when you click on that Instagram button or you click on that Facebook button, it just feels like opening the door to another business workplace environment. And maybe that I'll get over it. I do what I can, as much as I possibly can, to deal with my trauma issues. Like I said, there really is no outside help for me. Okay? There is no outside help for me. Like, I can't go to a therapist. I could go to a therapist, but I'd be wasting my time. Like, they don't know. This is a cloning issue. This is an issue that deals with race. And I will tell you, when it comes to being racially harassed, you don't waste your time going to a white psychologist. This is not about being racist. It's about they're not going to know how to handle it. Not to say that this particular person who worked over at Passive Aggressive Stupidity was in any way in the psychology sector, because she wasn't. She was mostly somebody who represented business and the so-called the protection of it, and to advise people, a consultant type thing, okay? But by her trying to handle it, she's going to just squeeze people on the carpet. Like, in my work issue that was dealing with racism, okay, she was completely inadequate. But then again, mainly because she was a part of this little network, she was going to be inadequate anyway, because she was going to follow the script and go along with whatever the program was, because it was an operation that was acted out on me. That just dragged on and dragged on and dragged on. And here we are, like 11 years after leaving the Farmer's Place. My car is repossessed, and I'm wondering what the hell's going on. Oh, you do have an interest in the occult, okay? Which I kind of figured you did. I know that your ancestor did. I was doing some reading. I don't know, maybe about a few years ago, and it was talking about these laws that were back in Britain about. I found it pretty interesting. There was like a mermaid law, like an actual mermaid law, like where, if somebody was to find a mermaid, they were supposed to turn that. It was like the property of like the crown, right? I don't know if you have mermaids hanging out at your place or not, but I find it interesting that a mythical creature would be a law about something that's not supposed to exist. Now, I understand this is off the topic of the conversation, but I understand that you guys know more about stuff than you talk about, okay? You guys are interesting people. You know what I mean? Definitely interesting people. And I'm glad that you do like my videos, and I do like the fact that you have an interest in my ability to work with the occult. Also, yes, I did leave paradise to have a second chance on Earth, and I will tell you, so far I'm not having a good time. I'm not having a good time, okay? Obviously, I came back because I wanted to be with people that I love. I value love. I do. I value it. I think it's a beautiful thing, okay? And I came back to be with my soulmate. James Calvin Gordon, my father, who I love very much. And I don't know, I think he was a persecuted person that didn't deserve, what happened to him. And that's why I came back. You know what I mean? I honestly don't think that I would have came back for anything else. I did want a second chance because I did believe in my potential. Probably, I probably wanted to pick up where I left off or something like that, maybe. But that was not my main motivation. I would definitely want to come back because I wanted to be with my father. I think maybe, I don't know. Growing up, people knew that I was a clone, and maybe that story about me, the back story of me, even coming back a second time. But then again, there were other clones there too, so I don't know. But what does kind of like make me wonder is that I do get messages, like intuitive messages, that people thought it was weird that I was a man in my past life. Okay, but I think people are starting to wake up that yes, people do flip. They go from male to female. They might be female male, or male female. It might flip around a few different times, different ways, or whatever. But everybody does that. Okay, but anyway, those are the only messages I really got from you. But also, I did want to clarify the issue. I don't want to have hatred towards you. I don't. I really don't. Okay, but I also need you to understand that I do have boundaries. No, I do not have what do you call it? Like a rage towards white people. Okay, I don't. Okay, but if I did have one, I would say that it would totally be justified. It would totally be justified without any question. Without any. All right? Because I experienced something that I don't think, anybody should experience, and it's very unfortunate. But anyway, that's all I have for the messages for you. I do have a brief message from Gemini 8 that he believes that I have the right to keep up my motivation for my projects, and I hope so. This has been going on for quite a long time. And, I want to be more like, talkative when it comes to the intuitive messages or the celebrity readings that I give. But like I said, I would prefer to stick on subjects that relate to me or what people want to say about me or to me, because I don't want to get into your private life, okay? Unless, of course, you want me to. Okay, I don't want to do those sort of things. But this is just letting you know that I do acknowledge you, that you so that I can have some sort of relationship with you, a bond with you, or communicate with you. Because, like, right now, I'm just kind of sitting around afraid to touch that Instagram button and the Facebook button and everything else, because I'm like, Maria's become not agoraphobic, but pretty close there. I would at least say that I have a little bit of a social anxiety. How about that? But yeah, I'm hoping that I can continue with my projects without any more interruptions and obstructions. Also, you wanted me to kind of explain my version of free enterprise. I don't know why, but I kept getting this message. What I'm basically saying is I know that there was a whole lot of people in the back scenes, manipulating my employment. And I know that people have been doing this for such a long time that people actually think it's normal to be forced into working in a job that your network puts you in. Like, for example, you're in a professional network group, and this goes for probably it might even apply to celebrities as well. I don't know how that works. I think most celebrities have like contracts or something. I don't know. But basically, I think what we were talking about was, did I have the right to break off and do my own thing? And legally, yes, I do. Now, I don't know how the employment laws are like over in England, but it would seem like you would. Okay, the reason why is because when you look at employment laws, everything tells you that and indicates that that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, you're not, these sort of issues that kept me out of the workplace and made people force me into certain jobs were against these violations. They wouldn't be a violation if we didn't have the ability, or we weren't allowed to have our own form of employment. Okay, meaning like I had mentioned before, I wanted to be out of the network, meaning I was tired and frustrated of walking into jobs that possibly Libra 14 was arranging for me. God knows who else. But anyway, because there were abusive situations and environments. Okay, I wanted to be able to do and feel relaxed at work, not feel stared at, not be gossiped about, not having all this drama. And this is what I really wanted to do. And because it caused a lot of anxiety. And I wouldn't be in this situation that I'm in with my car repossessed and blah, 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 blah. Had that not happened. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we do have legal rights here in the United States to find your own job. You do not have to be stuck in a network. And if you are stuck in a network, meaning people are forcing you within this network, then that's under the guidelines of human trafficking. But anyway, I love you, Gemini 8. I really do. I have for very, very many years. Okay, next message. Gemini 14. Here we go again. Okay, so yes, we are on the playground. We are definitely on the playground, and everything about this situation makes me feel like we're on the playground, which, mind you, all my life I've been running from the playground. The playground from yesteryear, was very, very painful for me. So I didn't think I was going to have to deal with any of that playground stuff as an adult. I was trying to avoid it, okay, as much as I possibly could. I'm aware of that. Also, when it comes to me inviting Capricorn 9 to my party, I probably will do that, okay? But like I said, everything to me right now, it's all just talk and it's all up in my head, okay? I need money to do that. Okay? But like I said, whoever it is I'm talking to, boundaries. It's not okay to be like, pushy. It's not okay to, and it's not about, what I need to make understand is that it is not about me trying to disrespect authority. We have these sort of things in place so that people cannot abuse that kind of authority. That's what laws and stuff like that are for. You see what I'm saying? So no, it's nothing to do with that. Also, I did talk about the demonic behavior that was going on about white people. And I know that this is an issue that you're thinking about. Demonic people are everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. It's in everybody. Okay, but what I always say, because this was a cluckster creation. I love that word cluckster. Why? Because it is kind of cute. It is kind of cute. Well, we know it. We're talking about clans and Nazis and all this other stuff. Okay, they do have a, the whole need to feel like superior towards somebody at the expense of other people by making them suffer is something that I cannot accept. You know what I mean? But I do understand that a lot of people have been fed the lie, and the lie is that you are only respectable if you do this, and this, and you got to be this, blah, 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 and people are desperate to try to prove that they are better because they've been told a lie, or they've been given an illusion to follow after the white picket fence, or whatever it is, and they're rushing to the finish line. And the sad part is, like I said, it's a lie. It's a dangle. It doesn't lead to any self-fulfillment, is what I'm saying. And it's not just white people, but do I say the white people are the main perpetrators of it? Well, yeah, but then also this dysfunction sprinkles down to all the other people of color, and this is what causes a lot of the demonic behavior. Meaning, people are literally. I remember Activism of Care did a video, and he used the term "fighting for the slop." People are fighting for the slop, and the slop ends up being nothing as well. Like literally, people feel like they have nothing to live for, and the only thing that they feel like they could live for is to one up somebody else. It's a vicious cycle of nothingness. You know what I mean? And that, by seeing it that way, I don't see how there would be any other hope for white people to be better. Because if they constantly have this sort of demonic issue, there will be no hope for peace. Because I'm certainly never causing any problems with white people. But white people have issues with me. And the reason why is because of the dissatisfaction that they have within themselves. I can't change that, okay? Do I want to unleash my hatred, my what I say justified hatred on the white race? I'm over it. Hey, give me my money, let me get on with my life. Okay? There's white people that I would love to work with. Okay? I don't want to sit here and make this like issue the racial issue should have never happened, okay? What else? I believe that, or I suspect, But I believe that all races come from different gods, and some have traveled and made sub races, meaning like, for example, like Filipino people. Okay, Filipino people, I think are a mixture. Of like Chinese and Spanish people. Okay, people blend. Okay, people mix. People become the interracial people just get mixed up or whatever. Okay, do I believe that I don't want to focus on this whole issue of superiority, because there are certain people who are superior in different things. You know what I mean? Like, I've worshipped British singers like all my life. Thought that they were the greatest. Unfortunately, Lieber 14 was a turd. You know what I mean? But his music was beautiful. His music was fucking beautiful. You know what I mean? And I love the way that the British men wear their clothes, and I love the way that British men talk. I think they're cool. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, there are some of these people, British people, that even though I would never touch a hair on their head, would be willing to kill me for no fucking reason. Okay, so also you are acknowledging the fact that there was a lot of jealousy around me, and that what some of these people did was, of course, unforgivable, right? Like I said, this is why I talk about what friends are. And some things are unworkable situations. That's like if somebody constantly feels jealous towards you, even though you might make up and make amends, is it going to be okay for a little bit, and then it's going to fester up again, and then you're going to come back for some sort of attack? You know what I mean? When people deal with that kind of pathological jealousy, sometimes you just have to walk away from certain relationships, okay? Like I said, I'm being peaceful. I'm all about peace. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be peaceful. I think I've been pretty damn peaceful, considering I can go on and on and on and on and on about injustices. I really can, okay? I can write a book on it. You know what I mean? But, yeah, there definitely was jealousy. And there was absolutely no other explanation for it. Okay, and so a lot of times when you're dealing with what I call white rage is when you're dealing with people who are extremely racist, and because they feel as though you have too much. Okay, they want to hurt you. Okay, so then they'll instigate a genocide program, which was instigated on me. Okay, now too much. I remember my dad one time, we bought a new car. Okay, and I remember he was very nervous because he was afraid that white people were going to see it. And I used to think, what are you talking about? Now I understand. Okay, because this is what white people do when they fucking feel, whenever they feel like it. Today, I was thinking about posting an image of something that I saw many times, and I think I mentioned it before, of a lynching that took place. I think it was like maybe in the 1940s in the South or something. And it shows a little girl. She might be maybe, 10 years old. And she's got this weird, wicked look on her face. This sick fucking look on her face. And I remember when I was working at a convalescent hospital many, many years ago, there was a lady named Mabel. Now, Mabel's one of those old school names where people just don't. That's one of those names that kind of went out throughout history. Most people don't have names like that anymore. But she was an old lady in the convalescent hospital that I worked at, and she told me that she grew up in the South, and and she worked for the telephone company when she first came to the Lancaster. She told me when she was little that she went to a lynching, and she said that she watched a man die, and I asked her, did you feel sorry for him? And she said, yeah, I felt sorry for him, honey, but that's just the way things were back then. Like, how do you fucking normalize that shit? But the thing is, a little relationship that I had with Mabel at the nursing home, she always wanted me to be around her. She always wanted me to, sit and have lunch with her. Now, mind you, the convalescent hospital stinks like fucking shit. Like, it's feces, it's fucking dried up urine and everything. And I would take my time out and sit with this woman. Then I remember one time going to Carl's Jr. and bringing her back a hamburger to sit with this woman. Why? Because I found her stories interesting. I found her stories extremely interesting. It was like picking her brain, how she claimed to adore me, but could sit here and watch somebody die on a tree. And this man didn't even do anything. You know what I mean? They were just gathering around killing black people. And there's a side to them like that I've noticed. Like, they can sit here and you can be their fuzzy wuzzy pet, but when they get a wild hair up their ass, they're ready to kill. It's strange, okay? Now, anyway, do I have another? Oh, got another message. Last message. Okay, and this person I absolutely fucking goddamn adore. Have adored him all my life. Cancer 7. How are you? Yes, I still want to be your friend. I do. I do. I can't tell you how much I love you. Like, I love, love, love you. I remember every time I've seen you, I'm proud that I adore you so much. Like, every time I see you, I'm proud of everything. And your accomplishments has nothing to do with me. It's just the fact that I love the fact that I'm proud of you, of my choice of loving you as a person. Okay. And yes, I mean, I don't have any issues towards you. You also, in your mind, or at least I'm getting from you, is that I'm safe to be who I am, which is good. And I find it very shocking that in 2024 that would even be a debate about what a black woman does with her fucking hair and what a person fucking goddamn wears. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. And I do appreciate the fact that there's a lot of other celebrities that are starting to appreciate me and kind of accept me. I feel like I've been like buried in all of this, and I do want to communicate with other people, but like I said, it does kind of give me that weird feeling. It does give me that very weird feeling, and uncomfortable too, like, you know, because like I said, I understand the root cause of it, you know what I mean, and it does kind of freak me out a little bit, you know. But anyway, so I think that's pretty much it. Also, one more message I do have from him. He feels as though my issues are in my past. And like I said, I'm hoping they are, because I've loved with this issue for a very, very long time. And I just want to go on with my life. And you know, I'd like to meet you all in person, if possible. I'm just trying to get my everything together and then also feel safe. I think that's my biggest issue. I wake up with feelings of not feeling safe, because this is, to me, is a deep issue. You know what I mean? And a deep issue that started off in the workplace. And I really do hope that people will start looking. I know that I've been hearing little bits about people improving things that are going on in the workplace. And I hope so. But what happened in a workplace, all of this happened just because people weren't following the laws. And this is what I'm saying, you know what I mean? And I do see an importance of it, and I do hope that people take it seriously. Also, not just bullying in the workplace. It's the bullying. It's about taking it back into yourself. Meaning, like, understand that you're responsible for your own life. You're responsible for your own life. That's just the way it is. And it's inappropriate, wrong, rude, and sometimes even illegal when you act out your frustrations or your feelings or your perceived feelings of inadequacy on another person. Okay, it is not anybody's responsibility for you to dim your light for them. It's not your responsibility to lower your expectations for them. You have the right to live. So I'm going to wrap up this video, and I will be back with another video sometime later. Take care. Bye-bye.